Hello. Okay, so today I'm going to be ranting about pairings, ships, as they call them. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing on anyone. I don't unnecessarily bash on ships. I don't bash on people's ships. I mean, people are allowed to like what they like. I'm not judging them for that. But you see, there's a limit to how enthusiastic you should be about it. For example, Rabids. Now, I've already discussed Rabids. They force their shit on you. They shove it down your throat, and they expect to win. They expect to be superior. You know, holier than thou. And to be honest, it's not really fair on other people, you know. Okay, great. And especially when you think your ship is canon, but it's not. Like, for example, US, UK, Spamano. They're not fucking canon. Okay. I mean, yeah, you can interpret it as you like. If you want them to be together, great, good for you. But don't go forcing that shit on other people, for crying out loud. I mean, you know, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't like. I mean, I have ships, like, for example, Japan and America, and I also ship Japan and England. I ship Japan with quite a few people, and I ship Canada with Vietnam, and you know, obviously they could be Neo-Talia or they could be the original. It doesn't really matter with me. It can be girl and girl. It can be guy and guy. No, I ship hetero, yaoi, and yuri. You know, I like to be open about it. I don't really. I could ship anything, but there are just some pairings like that kind of get on my nerves a little bit because I see too much of it, and also the way people portray the characters that they're shipping. There's also other fandoms, for example, like Free and, you know, Naruto and things like that. Ships. Now, I know the ships in Naruto are actually canon. For example, Sasuzaku, Naruhina, and you know, pairings like that, because they do actually. If you watch the end of it, there's also a manga thing about it. They're together and they have children. Now, okay, the children's names, like, for example, they have names like Bolt and Salad. I'm sorry, but what kind of fucking names are them? One sounds like he's some kind of spell in an RPG game. It's like Shadow Bolt, Lightning Bolt. like he's you know, like he's being used by a mage in an RPG game. And Salad. What? I mean, lettuce. I know lettuce and apple, and there's names like that. I know there are people with names like that, and that's kind of posh names and sort of, you know, the more unusual names. But Salad, especially in something Japanese, you don't. In Japan, you would think they'd had something more original, like, because it's Naruto. You thought, because they're Japanese in that, you'd think, why would they have names like Shadow and Bolt? That not Shadow. Shadow's fine. Shadow would be a cool name, but like Salad and Bolt, that's fucking ridiculous. And seriously, I don't know whether to rage about it or laugh about it. You know, I'm kind of stuck in between how I should react to that. Also, there's another thing about me, like Spamano, for example. They portray Romano as someone abusive and violent who hits Spain all the time and just gives him a crap load of abuse. Well, I'm here to tell you he doesn't. And if you portray him that way, you're a fucking asshole and a hater. You're hating on Romano. And you're hating on the characters. You're also hating on Spain. I think a lot of people who do these ships and a lot of people who actually write about these characters don't actually like the characters. They're making them look bad on purpose. Or they don't know a great deal about Hetalia, because you have to at least get the personality right. And if you can't do that, if you can't get the personality right, then, you know, then don't bother, because I mean, yeah, the pairing isn't canon anyway, and again, I'm not hating on the pairing, I'm not bashing on anyone for liking, you know, certain pairings and whatnot. Again, they can like what they like. I don't give a shit. Just don't go forcing it down my throat. But yeah, Spain is not a weakling, and I doubt he'd take shit from anyone. He's not the type to take abuse from people. And, you know, I mean, How could you hate him? How could you hate such a lovable character? Such an adorable character. I mean, okay, don't get me wrong, if you have a reason to hate him, that's great, but, you know, at least give it. Again, at least give a reason. But, you know, don't just put him in a pairing and then make him become the one that gets beaten up, the abused, because, I'm sorry, but that's some serious stuff. You can't just write about stuff like it's normal. Like, abuse does happen, but you can't write about it like it's a good thing. You can't write about it like it's just something, oh, let's just put that in there, ha ha, it'll be a laugh. It's not funny, it's serious. The same as, you know, rape and, you know, like kidnapping and stuff. You don't just write about that, you know, it's serious stuff. You know, you can't just like joke. You can't just make a big joke out of it, because it's not. I mean, there are plenty of things you can make jokes at. You can make sex jokes. You can make, you know, you can make jokes about someone's hair color or something. You can make jokes like that, but when it comes to rape and kidnap and like murder and stuff, you can't joke about that. It's not funny. And it's not just something to be taken lightly. It's not a light subject. None of those things are good things, and they're not things to take lightly. So I'm just have a cup of tea here. Earl Grey always calms me down. Well, it doesn't, but it settles the stomach. Yes, I slurp. Habit of mine. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Oh god, my rage is so bad right now, I can't even think of words. Okay, another thing. Since when did Romano become a rabid? Since when did he become a rabid? And since when did Spain become a wimp? I'm sorry, but I don't remember them being wimps in the anime. Get your shit together, get your facts straight. Don't just write whatever you want. You have to at least get the personalities right if you're going to write fan fiction about them. And I've seen a lot of the art, and it's kind of disappointing because the art is really good. The art is actually really good. Yet it doesn't make me like the pairing anymore. Or it's the same with US UK. Now there's far too many art on that. And I'm not being horrible. If you want to make lots of art on it, great. But I'm just saying I see it everywhere, and like it's just like, oh my god. Like, don't get me wrong, I like both of the characters individually, but as a pairing, I can only see them as siblings. Now, I cosplay as Femme England, and I also cosplay as Femme America. And, you know, I make them sort of see them as siblings. They see Femme England, Femme America, they see each other as siblings, and they see their male counterparts as siblings. They see Canada as a sibling. And, you know, France, on the other hand, now, I don't mind pairing France with England, but I'm careful about it because I don't think they like each other in that way. And to be honest, I think it would be a sort of unrequited love. It would be a one-way thing where France is the only one with any feelings, because England completely sort of isn't, you know, doesn't really get along with France very well. Doesn't mean they hate each other, but they don't really get along with each other, especially because France is always calling England the black sheep of Europe, and, you know, so on. And that always gets on Arthur's nerves. So yeah, I wouldn't pair them either. But like, yeah, I see them all as like a family, the Face family, you know, FACE for them. And like, it's just kind of weird seeing them, like when you see pairings of them and stuff. I still find that I still can't get used to it. Like, even though I've seen lots of people cosplay and like do USUK, I don't mind the cosplaying, it's okay. And I do watch the videos, you know. I didn't say I wasn't open to things, but still personally I wouldn't ship them. Of course, I'd never go to someone and say, oh, well, you're not allowed to ship them, you can't ship them. I'm not telling people who and who not to ship. I'm not going to hate them for it. But as long as I don't feel like they're forcing it down my throat, then I won't say anything bad about them. But, you know, I've had people, like, also, I'm not just going to talk about anime and shipping. I'm also going to talk about, like, certain fandoms and things that you like. Now, someone got mad about me the other day, and I don't know if they're serious or not, but, I said that I didn't like something, and they were like, oh my god, how can you not like that? You're evil. I'm like, well, if I'm evil, I'm also a genius. Haha. Yeah, I think they were like, they sound really rabid about it, so I said, well, I've got my own opinions, you know. Sorry, mate, not sorry to disappoint you, but, you know, I've got my opinions, you've got your opinions, and if I don't like it, then shut the fuck up and get on with it. Grow up. Get a life. Just, yes, I can't really say that considering my life consists of video games, books, making these videos, ranting. Drinking, I can't consider that a hobby as I don't do it as much anymore, but you know, still. Yeah. I probably make really weird noise when I drink that, sorry. Oh yeah. If you're wondering. Mushy monsters! Yeah, I'm a bit childish like that. Well, not really. They're awesome. I like Hello Kitty as well. I've got a tattoo on my back. Anyway, I keep getting off topic. Also another thing, they seem to I've seen a lot of sorry. It's not just like those pairings, like there are other pairings where they seem to make the one character either really abusive or really boring, like doesn't react at all, or they make a character a whiny bitch. And also, I'm going to talk to you more about Mary Sue's. Oh yeah, look at me and my multiple ahogays, or oh look at me and you know my massive boobs that are probably fake. Whatever. I mean, I'm not jealous of people who have big boobs. Some people do have naturally really big boobs. Some people have smaller boobs. I'm the latter. I have small boobs, but you know, I don't have a problem with big boobs. I mean, I like boobs, so bring it on. But like when you make a Mary Sue that is unrealistic, for example, she naturally has blue hair, and this is in the Hetalia OCs and stuff like that. When you make an OC for Hetalia, you have to be really careful because it has to be sort of. Now, all the other countries are accurate in a way because they're either stereotypes or there are things that are accurately based off the countries and they have all the information there. And, you know, it can't be fan interpreted, it's all canon. But when you're making an OC, you have to be careful too. Because you have to get sort of, for example, you know, the age right. And, like, you have to get the skin, the hair colour, the eye colour right. You can't just have someone who's whitewashed with yellow eyes and purple hair or something. You can't just randomly you can't just randomly just shoot things out of your arse. You can't just have ideas shooting out of your arse. You've got to think with your head. You've got to use your brain, and you've got to be sort of a bit more rational about it when you're doing it because the Hetalia OCs, obviously, like I know some characters do have purple eyes, like Russia and Canada. I know they have purple eyes, but like they're not really like crazily purple, and it's not like they're unrealistic because it is anime. Sure, it's anime, but you know you still have to get your facts right, and you can't just half-assedly make OCs and stuff. An OC I'd like to do is Jersey, and I don't mean like New Jersey. I mean Jersey like the British Isles, Jersey. Yeah, like, and also like to have like siblings like Sark and Alderney and Guernsey. I was gonna do something like that, but then I ended up deleting it because it was sort of I didn't even though I've been to Jersey when I was younger. I went there on holiday. It was really nice. Most people there were French, but you know that's kind of expected because it is kind of like French English anyway. But yeah, I was gonna. I had some pretty accurate stuff on her. I did like obviously the skin color, the hair color, and that seemed sort of plausible, and the eye color seemed pretty plausible. But I had to delete. I think I got rid of it. I don't know if it's on DeviantArt still, and I hope not. I might delete it because a lot of things just didn't sit well, and I think before I make an actual OC, I want to do a bit more research before I do anything else because I want to sort of really make it accurate and and not make the character seem obnoxious or self-centered or anything like that. I want to like have a character sort of quite down to earth or something, and also add other bits of information in there that are plausible and make sense. I don't just want to have like, oh, Canada's their lover, or America's their lover. Like some people do, they just randomly ship things. They're just doing it for shipping. And if you want to ship, just use the canon characters. Don't just randomly ship them with your OC. Unless it's a human OC, but then, you know, even then you've got to give a good explanation. You got a good, because I mean, humans and countries don't really, like, well, they do interact, but like, most like typical humans don't know their nations and stuff. And when you've got like a lot of these fan fiction stuff, it doesn't really make a lot of sense how they know that they're countries. How do they know they're countries? I mean, they don't just go around telling everyone that they're countries. In fact, they keep it a secret to like all the ordinary people. So only like government officials and stuff know who they are. So yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't know what else to say. I had more to say, but like, it's like my rage has fizzled a little bit, but there's still some in there. Also, another thing, don't be a fucking rabid. Don't be a bitch about it, okay? Like, you know, and if someone says they don't agree with the same ship as you, instead of like losing your shit and, you know, giving them a shitstorm, how about next time just think a bit rationally and be a bit more logical? But then again, how can I tell a rabid to be logical? They're not. I mean, this is the internet. Logic doesn't make sense to most people on the internet these days, so, you know, you can't even try to be logical with them because that's just crazy. I mean, to them it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. This video's longer than I want it to be. Take care, and I will do more soon. Oh, and I don't know when I'll do. I might do a Fem England video soon, but as I said in my descriptions in another few of my other videos, I want to wait till I've gotten my hair dyed blonde in May. It'll be. I think I'm getting it dyed May the 6th, and you know, so I might do a Fem England vid then, but I might do some before I get my hair dyed blonde, because I mean, I cosplay, but I don't have to be entirely accurate, like the hair colour and stuff. I do kind of improvise and make things up as I go along sometimes, because I can't always like do everything 100% accurately, and I don't always have all the stuff, and I can't always just go and I can't afford to just go and buy lots of cosplay stuff all the time. I'm sensible with my money. I mean, I've got lots of Itachi cosplay stuff, but a lot of the other stuff I just put together because, yeah, it's more fun. So, bye.